Hello everyone, welcome back to Beskidy, our excursion on a fine Polish map for Farming Simulator 13. You know, we just got the crop boot healed in. I've done a little work off cam to get all the rest of our fields planted. Actually not over here, I think it was over on the other side, so that I should have everything accounted for. Let's see here. Yeah, growing is blue, so we planted over here. We have, that's 56, 67, we got 69, we have 51 and 50. And so kind of while we are waiting for our crops to grow, I figured we would try to find some other sources of revenue, namely trying to bale some areas of the map. And I know we have, I'm pretty sure this is our property, if you will, but I know there's a number of areas on this map that have grass, and in this version of Farming Sim, there wasn't needed permission or the need to buy a particular piece of property in order to harvest the grass off of it. So this one happens to be kind of on the tail end of our property, so I figured we could at least in good conscience cut the grass here. But I have a feeling it's not going to yield too many bales. I've already cut a little bit at here, and so you know, I'm just going to cut a little bit. I want to make sure my mods work, you know, that I was given, and give those a try, make sure I can haul everything to market properly. You know, I kind of went through this in some earlier episodes, did a ton of work on a modded bale trailer, trying to get all that to work. So I've kind of had some difficulties with bale auto-loading trailers. So much so that I probably should have just put all my time into loading them the good old-fashioned way with a front loader and forks. But we have some auto-loading equipment, and I know given some mods in here, oh, there's some people flying in a balloon. Given some mods here that are a little bit different than the ones I was working on, I want to make sure they work. So here's kind of our first cut. Got just a little bit here. I'll maybe cut another couple strips. There's going to be some other areas that we'll cut later. So, you know, I'm just going to hop in here real quick. A simple, simple, that's almost a sipma. And again, I don't know if this is a particular Polish motor. I'll maybe need to study it some. I don't know anything about it, but it looks like kind of a standard mower to the side, if you will. Let me pop open my GPS, and I believe I have set this up already for a work width of, where is it? There it is, 3.5 meters. So I believe that is a comfortable setting for this particular mower. So without further ado, let me crank her up. Kind of sitting here in our planted field. Whoa, that's too fast. I'm going to set that back just a little bit. You know, I almost think this tractor, and maybe someone in the comments can tell me, you know, when I put it on a setting of 1, you know, here we are busting along at 7 miles an hour. Look at my output. You know, it isn't really that much, and I've noticed when I slow it a little bit, it tends to put more out, kinda, sorta. Maybe it's just my imagination. So I don't know if it has anything to do with speed, but it probably does. And there's something here in the F1 menu. Let me see here. Where is it? Yeah, keypad, gas limiter 5 and 6. Oh, sorry. Here I am. This is not very neighborly of me. I'm running over this guy's crops. Oh, what can I say? He's gonna get angry with me, but oh well. But the key 5.6, there must be something to this limiter mod that I just don't know how to use it. You know, I know if I put it on a setting of 3, it'll go even faster. But I was wondering if there is a way to slow it down a little bit more, because I feel like I would be cutting more grass off, maybe, unless this is just kind of how it works. But I don't know. It's something I've wondered about. You know, with these little piles that it's putting on the ground. So, let's see. Am I lined up? I am lined up. This is where GPS can be pretty handy. I can't drive straight to save my life, I don't think. So, I don't know if it is a good idea to turn around on one's freshly planted fields, nor is it probably a good idea to try to mow this field by driving over the top of it, but what can I say? I'm giving it a try. Yeah, so I think going back and forth, yeah, boy, look at that long stretch with no... There's gotta be something to this. And maybe what I just need to do, see, now it's putting out more grass. And yeah, just some way, maybe I'm using the wrong tractor. Yes, speed up, and it just isn't putting out the quantity. But you know, it did kind of on the outer edge, so I don't know what the deal is. All I know is when I try to use the keys 5 and 6, I mean, it doesn't really do anything. So there may be a mod conflict here that's keeping it from working, or maybe the script isn't set up properly. You know, it's classic, you know, when you have a mod that has tons of features, you know, it shouldn't be a surprise if some of them don't work. I know I once tried to work on they called it a tricked out tractor, and put everything I could think of in it, and yeah, it had some conflicts also. Well, now it seems to be putting it out more. Yeah, maybe it isn't intended to be just a solid mat of material. Maybe the distribution of the material varies depending on where you are in the field. I just don't know. What I do know is we do appear to have a proper GPS setting to mow back and forth without too much overlap. Alright, I'm gonna just turn him around, and maybe I'll get him set up here again real quick so he's ready to go. And hopefully the save game kind of keeps our setting. If I turn our mower off, we'll just drop it here. Turn off our tractor. Hit a quit save. Because I want to be able to come back if our mods aren't working the way we think they should. So, actually I'm going pretty fast. So, if we want to turn this into hay, we of course would ted it. I think we also can bale it out, right? But I think I want to try a little bit of tedding here first. And so I got that on our little C4011 Ursus tractor. So let me get this set up. It has, I know I can turn it on. Is that what tedder is in Polish? Tasmo. I won't even try. But yeah, that must be tedder. Activate tedder mode. I think this is one where you can switch between windrowing and tedding. And I think either way it's gonna windrow a certain amount of it. So I'm gonna put this on tedder mode. I'm gonna give it a strip. Let me turn on GPS here. Get this pointed the right way. And Boop. It's so hard to get. Oh, dang it. I want to get 0, 0. Alright. I think that is close. That ought to work. Okay, we'll get her set. I'm going to put her down, get her going. And here we go. Oh. Yeah, so that's kicking it to the side. And looks like that's very interesting. That isn't... You know, it appears that it's covering our other green grass there, but I don't think it's covering it. I think it's changing it. Yeah, I think it's changing it down in there, so that this whole thing is as if it's been tedded. And I think I can drive right through this guy here. Oh, whoa, what's that? Hold on a minute. Well, that's interesting. Huh. It kept on tedding even though there was no more material. Will it keep doing it? Let me go a little bit further here. Look at that. It is. I wonder what's causing that. Let me get past it. Is it... No, it isn't doing it out here. Alright, let me start it again. Wow, that's very interesting. Yeah, some of these mods, I have no idea what's causing that. Yeah, we ended up dragging, we'll just pretend all we did was drag some tedded grass over into our neighbor's field. But in reality, what it did is it took out his canola crop, or whatever this is. I think that's canola. Huh. Very, very interesting. Okay. Alright, now we got a baler here, so let me get him cranked up. I dragged all the equipment down here so we could do this, and get over here. And there is something I learned about this baler. Namely, that you can't do anything from in cab. You know, ordinarily to like for example, you see it has a plate right here. There ain't no bales that are gonna come through that. You know, and I also think these balers were designed to be attached or have trailers attached to them, where it would push the bales up into a trailer. I'm not using that at the moment. Maybe I should be with the trailers. I don't know. I suppose someone will say something in the comments, but I've just chosen not to. So I know this needs to be opened. I think the angle is wrong. You wouldn't run with your PTO shaft at such an angle like that. It should be straight. So I know this needs to come over. Plus, you want to have this. You don't want to be driving over the windrow if you can help it. You want this out. So I think it needs to be shifted over. Well, so none of that is able to be done from the cab. I tried to lower the pickup unit over here. I'm not able to do that, so I had to do a little bit of looking around. Oh, hey, look at that engine right in there. That's some cool detail. You got the old fan in there spinning away, working the radiator. Oh, I'm just going way too fast. So come to find out, you have to get close to this and do it manually. So work mode, I hit X. There we go. Now our PTO shaft is at the right angle that it needs to be, or will be, as soon as we head off. So now that's at the right angle. So getting over here, let's see, lower flap is B, so that's going to come down. And is there anything else? Slide in attacher. Oh, that's the app thing. I think it's backwards. This is going to slide in the attacher. Yeah, I think they have their input binding text incorrect. Mount bale loading chute. Yeah, this is if we're using a trailer, I think. You can add an attachment and put it on there. And let's see here, you can remove it or lower it. So this is some cool stuff, you know, to see this on here. It's a pretty interesting mod. I've never worked with it before, but it reminds me of what the modder Zentro did in Farm Sim 15 with his hardpoint mod, where you could take your equipment into a workshop and you could do things like we just did here. You know, with the push of a button, you could add or take features off of your mod, you know, that previously been set up. So pretty cool. I don't think we'll use this, so well, it might be kind of funny to have bales going up and out. I don't think we'll use this, so let's remove it. Over here, I think well, these aren't the only panels to open. It has a feature that you probably can run out of string. I have no idea how many bales you can do before that happens, so I just know that when we're in here, this is where we'll need to do it. I don't know that you need to buy these string. Probably just come in here, similar to what we've had in Farm Sim 11. You just got to come in here and push a button to change it. So that's, I think, where we would do that. And finally, this over here, we have, let's see, am I close enough? The lower, oops, made the wrong key. There we go. We're putting it down in the ground. And I learned the hard way, trying to come in here, the thing wouldn't turn on. Once I did turn the baler on, it wouldn't bale because it wasn't down up in front here. So, you know, sometimes, you know, I just was ignorant on the mod, didn't know how it worked. Maybe this is how it works in real life. And maybe someone can tell me, you know, this is a, what is that, seba, however you say that, Z224/1. Maybe that's how you got to do it in real life. You know, do you have to manually come and lower this? Maybe that's just kind of how it is. So I'm gonna hop in the tractor and let's crank her up. There we go. I think it has a HUD. Yeah, you can see the HUD up here. It's kind of interferes right with our compass up there, but it'll tell us how many bales that it's made. So let me come over just a little bit. I don't know how. See, the bales are, they're just humming out of there. See, I can't even. Okay, I'm sure it isn't just me. Does that look like it is way, way, way too many bales? Because that's what it looks like to me. I mean, it is just, it's as if this baler has diarrhea. It is just sending them out so quick. And I'm only going in the speed of 1, probably in 2, you know, wouldn't even be able to throw them out fast enough. Let's pay attention here. I got try to clean up this end of our neighbor's property. Okay. That doesn't seem right. And yeah, I can't even go over the top of that. Oh shoot, I should go the other way so I can get around the tractor and don't run over these bales. Let me try just normal grass and see what it does. See, what's the difference? Because this is going much slower. This is much closer to the pace than I would have expected. But you can see the difference over at the left. And it's, you know, it's a thick bed of a thick bed of material. It's almost like when it tedded the grass, it came up with way more of it, or put it over the top of what was there, doubled, tripled, quadrupled, whatever was there. But here, we're just not getting anything. I mean, let me look behind us here. Yeah, this is about what I say, not getting anything. This has to be probably what normal would be, but not so down the hill. And I'm not familiar with this mod, so maybe someone who is can comment on this down there. I've I would have half a notion to, ted it all and turn it all into hay, but I don't think I'm supposed to have that many bales. I mean, that's probably going to blame near fill a trader. Well, maybe it won't fill the trader. I don't know. But that's a lot of bales. So let me park this over here. We'll just kind of leave it ready to go, if you will. And let me once again hit save, kind of preserving my mess. Turn that off, and we'll come over here to our trailers. Now, these were provided to me by someone in working with this map. Oh, got obscured by the tree. Oh, brakes. Now that tractor has a little more get up and go. So, oh, and this one is in English. That's interesting for the Ursus 1614 Turbo. Oh, okay, cool. So I can see all the ad in English. Now, these trailers, let me see here. Turn on pick bale. So which, this one here is lacking HUDs. So I can't really see. I must be on the tractor here. This must be my first trailer. Key 7 is change body work. So let me see. Aha. Okay, so you can make it go up, or you can turn it kind of into a flatbed. Or here. What's this? Oh. I'm going to have to run that term through Google Translate. ZDEJMIJ. I just don't know what that means. It almost looks like a little metal thing is put in here to... I don't know what that is. It's kind of just sitting up there. I wonder almost if it intends to have these other racks here. Oh... there are holes, or there's a gap between these racks. I wonder if this is intended to represent a tarp, maybe that someone would put in there if they were hauling grain. But then what do you do when you go up? Interesting. So, very interesting. Okay, so let me see, go back to here. This is the one that intuitively looks like it should be the one, that would pick up bales. So let me, Z turns on bales. Only it isn't picking up bales. It keeps turning off. So I think what it is, let me try this setting. Aha, here we go. Okay, so here there is a problem. It isn't picking up the bale, or it is picking up the bales, but the color of them is messed it up. It's like it's, let me see, we're kicking an error. Raw texture performance. Yeah, I don't know if this has anything to do with anything. But it's as if it doesn't see the textures that are in the bales. So let me just pick up a trailer load of these. I was grabbing them clear from the left too. Let me hide the help over here. It's really interesting to me to see how they stack it on here, and they put it on here even though they use racks. Now it's taking several more. I don't know why. You know, I wonder if it took several more to represent kind of a layer across the top, maybe? But it isn't showing them, so that's kind of interesting. But I think what I'm going to try is I want to take these to market and see if I can sell them. And let's see, where do we do? I think we do that over here, if I recall correctly. So I want to, yeah, before I haul any more, I want to see if I can drop these off. Because I know this is some of the trouble I was having in the past, was trying to actually sell the bales and to get the trailer to unclench its fist and let the bales come off. So this trailer load is now full. Yeah, here's the entrance over here. I'm gonna just pop in here. See if I can miss the stack here. Now I know the trigger is here. I mean, it's a big trigger, so... Well, let me see. What is it? F5 to help me see it, the trigger? Alright, so it's clearly inside the trigger. That's that orange area there. So it should work. The question is, let me see, is there anything? All I have is Z, pick, turn on, pick bale. Well, I don't want to pick up more bales. It's, I can drop the hitch, but then I'll lose my trailer. It doesn't tip it. What happens if I change? Will it let me change? Yeah, it isn't going to let me change the style. I think it'll allow me to put those on. Let me get out of here just for a moment. Can I stand in the trigger and do anything? Or... jump up and down. There's... And, you know, I don't think... Let me see here. Try some other keys. Yeah, I'm doing other things on the tractor. Opening the lid up here, or the sunroof. Yeah, that just turns that on. So I've gone through a number of keys here, and... Oh, that's the wipers. Is that a K setting? J? L. Oh, how clever. I can't get this thing to get rid of its bales. And so, plus, the bale textures are all off. And so there's something that seems wrong with this trailer. Maybe the other trailers work, I don't know, but this is one reason I saved, because I know I've been bit by this before and have all these bales, you know, that I'm not able to access or lose. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to go back to my save, and I need to try another trailer. So be back in a moment. Yes, Grandpa, we're not messing around in the hayfield. We are working. Whew, let's get out of there. Alright, so we have this fella here. We have all of our bales. Yeah, now let me see if I can get out of here. Oh, yeah, we're not on this one. Oh, it takes a little bit to get to. Yeah, so this is the one that we tried to use, and I'm not sure it's gonna work. It definitely auto loads, but I'm not sure this is ultimately what we want. So, and you know, I'm just looking at the time here. We are close to the end of an episode, so maybe what I need to do is I push it to another episode. I want to try using the trailer that I modded previously and see if it will pick up these bales. Because I gotta say, you know, looking at the size of the bales over here, these are small pack bales, so I'm wondering, they look very similar to the size that we had in here previously. So I'm thinking that that trailer is going to be able to pick them up and it'll look normal, maybe, I don't know. So maybe what I'll do to kind of finish out the time here is mow a couple more stretches here. Let me crank up my GPS. Oh, you know what? I was just saying I don't even see it. There's the bell. You know what it is? I remember seeing this also in Farm Sim 15. There is a bug of some kind where once you turn on some of the game diagnostics, like this one here, just to see collisions, once you do the ad for some reason, oh, there it is. Look at the ad. It reappeared. There's our GPS lines. Yeah, I've noticed before that when you do the ad, for some reason, it turns them off. So glad to see that didn't stay permanently off. I kind of think in Farm Sim 15 it remains off and there's nothing you can do to get them back. So, I will say this though, in 13, the reaction time of the vehicles is much slower. I've noticed in some of the other versions after that they started speeding that up by quite a bit. This is probably more realistic, having it be a little bit slower. And speaking of slower, let's see, are we putting any grass in? It appears to be putting something in, laying it down. Anyway, we won't have accomplished much in here in this particular episode, but at least we have got a little bit of grass. So we've got some space here to get through, and maybe I'll finish this in the following episode. But for now, thank you so much for coming along to give this a little watch. I'm just kind of bumbling around in here trying to figure out Beskidy and still enjoying this wonderful map. And thank you for coming along for the ride. And I will see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.